Alright. So we're gonna share and copy, and then we're gonna go over here. Alright. We will get started in just a moment. Just kill me already. Alright. Alexa, open Skyrim.
Welcome back to Skyrim, adventurer. You were standing at a crossroads deciding where to go. In one direction is a fortified town, in the other is a Daedric shrine. Where would you like to go?
Go to the Daedric shrine.
Once at the Daedric shrine, a dark elf messenger greets you. He tells you of the terrible evil lurking in a nearby mountain pass that has been terrorizing the Daedric shrine. Will you lend your spell and steel to his cause?
Yes.
You arrive at your first dungeon. As the mighty Dovahkiin, you obviously already know that you can use your weapon, cast spell, or shout to battle your enemies. And, seeing as how you're Skyrim's chosen one, you certainly will never ever need to ask to flee when facing an enemy too powerful for you. Nope. A powerful warrior like you won't ever need to flee, or even take enough damage to ask, "What is my health?" So let's continue. You follow the quest marker to your destination. Red and blue flowers adorn the rocky base. You would pick one, but you already have 99. Are you ready to face the peril ahead?
Yes.
You hear the roar of a mighty dragon, then again, no you don't. Just the wind. An adoring fan has been stalking you for weeks. He's harmless but so annoying. He really needs to die. You can attack with weapon, cast spell, use shout, or flee.
Fus
What would you
Roda.
like to do?
Fus Roda.
You can attack with weapon, cast spell, use shout, or flee. What would you like to do?
Use shout.
Foos. Your mighty Thum crashes into your foe. Your Thum grows mighty. Your shout skill has increased to level 2. The adoring fan tries to give you a hug. You take 5 damage. What would you like to do?
Attack the fan.
Your dagger slashes the adoring fan. Your skill with arms has increased to level 2. The adoring fan goes in for a hug, but you dodge aside. What would you like to do?
Use Fus Roda on the fan.
You can attack with weapon, cast spell, use shout, or flee. What would you like to do?
Use shout.
Foos. Unrelenting force smashes into your foe. The adoring fan never gets back up. That's what you get for messing with the Dovahkiin. You have triumphed. You have 95 health. Your shout skill has increased to level 3. You now command unrelenting force. You ignore the useless junk in the adoring fan's inventory and find a superior iron dagger. Ooh, shiny. There are 2 paths before you, a natural stone bridge and a windy ridge. Which do you choose?
The Windy Ridge.
You venture further up the mountain. The steep trail flattens as it wraps around the mountain. An adoring fan has been stalking you for weeks. He's harmless but so annoying. He really needs to die. You can attack with weapon, cast spell, use shout, or flee.
Use
what would you
shout.
like to do?
Use shout.
Foos row. Unrelenting force smashes into your foe. The adoring fan tries to give you a hug. You take 5 damage. What would you like to do?
Fus Roda!
You can attack with weapon,
God damn it.
cast spell, use shout, or flee. What would you like to do?
You shout.
Foos row. Your mighty shout slams the adoring fan into the dirt. The adoring fan struggles to get up, briefly, then expires. Good riddance. You are victorious. Your health is at 90. There are two paths before you, a rickety wooden rope bridge and a natural stone bridge. Which do you choose?
The rickety bridge.
You venture further up the mountain. You pause for a moment to catch your breath in the thin air. You say a prayer to Talos before venturing forward. You hear heavy clacking noises. A giant mud crab snaps its claws menacingly. You can attack with weapon, cast spell, use shout, or flee.
Use
what would
shout.
you like to do?
Use shout.
Foos row. Unrelenting force smashes into your foe. Your attack was not very effective. Your thumb grows mighty. Your shout skill has increased to level 4.
Yes!
The giant mud crab snaps its huge pincers. You take 10 damage. What would you like to do?
Use dagger.
Weapon, cast spell, use shout, or flee.
Use shout.
What would you like to do?
Use shout.
Foos row. Your unrelenting force tosses the giant mud crab into the air. It crashes to the ground. Your foe is resistant to this type of attack. The giant mud crab snaps its huge pincers. You take 10 damage. What would you like to do?
Use attack.
Foos row. Unrelenting force smashes into
That's not
your
what I
foe.
said!
Your foe has some resistance to that attack. The giant mud crab snaps its huge pincers. You take 10 damage. What would you like to do?
Attack!
Foos row. Your unrelenting force throws the giant mud crab back, staggering it. Your foe is resistant to this type of attack. The giant mud crab snaps its huge pincers. You take 10 damage. What would you like to do?
Fusroda.
You can attack with weapon, cast spell,
Attack
use
with
shout,
weapon.
or flee. What would you like to do?
Attack with weapon.
Your dagger slices the giant mud crab. Your skill with arms has increased to level 3. The giant mud crab snaps its huge pincers. You take 10 damage. What would you like to do?
Attack with weapon.
Your dagger eviscerates the giant mud crab. The giant mud
Yes!
crab's dead shell clatters. If only you had time to make some steamed mud crab legs. You
Why
are
not?
victorious. Your health is at 40. You ignore the useless junk in the giant mud crab's inventory and find a flawless iron dagger. Ooh, shiny. You have successfully cleared the mountain pass of evil. This should earn
shiny.
you a generous reward. You made it all the way around the mountain back to where you began. Funny how walking in a circle will do that. The dark elf breathes a sigh of relief and thanks you for putting down every last one of those vile villains. They really had it coming. He tosses you a ruby dragon claw. This will no doubt be in your possession for a very long time. You head out on the road. After paying the fine for killing an innocent chicken, which by the way was a total accident, you arrive at a crossroads. In one direction is a Nord village, in the other is a quaint farm. Where would you like to go?
To the farm.
You meet an Argonian city guard at the quaint farm. She's lost an item of great sentimental value, a recipe for boiled cream treats. She begs you to retrieve it for her. Will you lend your aid to this desperate city guard?
No.
Dovahkiin, Dovahkiin, Noloxin Lusfarine, Wadine, Fokul, Mofei Rakustval. Sorry I got carried away there. Ahem. Where were we? Oh yes, you arrive at a crossroads. In one direction is an abandoned tower, in the other is a busy trading post. Where would you like to go?
The abandoned tower.
You meet an orc armorer at the abandoned tower. He's lost an item of great sentimental value, a detailed map of Skyrim. He begs you to retrieve it for him. Will you lend your aid to this desperate armorer?
Attack the armorer.
Will you lend your aid to this desperate armorer?
No.
You head out on the road but forget about the precious ingots in your pockets and go back to town. You sell them and head out on the road again. Soon, you arrive at a crossroads.
On the
In
road
one direction is a
again.
foggy dock.
I
In
just
the
can't
other is a
wait
busy
to be
trading
on the road
post.
again.
Where would you like to go?
What?
In one direction is a busy trading post. Where would you like to go?
The busy trading post.
Once at the busy trading post, an Altmer adventurer greets you. She looks quite sad. She tells you her childhood friend was killed by a mysterious evil in an abandoned fort. Will you avenge her childhood friend?
Fuck no.
Will you avenge her childhood friend?
I said no!
You head out on the road. You stop by a tavern but ignore everyone trying to give you quests and move on. Soon, you arrive at a crossroads. In one direction is a quaint farm, in the other is a spooky lighthouse. Where would you like to go?
Go to the spooky lighthouse.
You meet a dark elf carpenter at the spooky lighthouse.
Why?
He's lost an item of great sentimental value, an old shield. He begs you to retrieve it for him. Will you lend your aid to this desperate carpenter?
Yes. Only if I get to keep
You
the shield.
follow the quest marker to your destination. There's not much here, besides a few dead Imperials and some odd-looking footprints. You follow these tracks into the fort. Will you venture in?
Yes.
Wild game hang from the ceiling. Several days' worth of trapping, no doubt. You hear the rattling of bones. A skeleton warrior lurches towards you. You can attack with weapon, cast spell, use shout, or flee. What would you like to do?
Use shout.
Foos row. Your unrelenting force tosses the skeleton warrior into the air. It crashes to the ground. The skeleton warrior never gets back up. That's what you get for messing with the Dovahkiin. You have triumphed. You have 100 health. Your Thun grows mighty. Your shout skill has increased to level 5. There are 3 paths forward, a crumbling staircase, a broken open gate, and a well-worn passageway. Which do you choose?
The well-worn passageway.
You move deeper into the fort. Your boots clatter on the cobblestone floor. A bandit outlaw is sipping meat at a table. He attacks in a drunken rage. You can attack with weapon, cast spell, use shout, or flee. What would you like to do?
Use shout.
Foos row. Your mighty Thun crashes into your foe. The bandit outlaw jabs his dagger into your armor. You take 8 damage. What would you like to do?
Use shout.
Foos row. Your unrelenting force tosses the bandit outlaw into the air. He crashes to the ground. The bandit outlaw croaks one last breath. Defeated. You are victorious. Your health is at 92. There are 2 ways forward, a crumbling staircase and a stone staircase. Which do you choose?
The crumbling staircase.
You move deeper into the fort. You enter a dusty corridor lined with cages. None of the prisoners made it out alive. You smell vermin. A disease-ridden skeever appears. You can attack with weapon, cast spell, use shout, or flee. What would you like to do?
Use shout.
Foos row. Your mighty Thun crashes into your foe. The skeever never gets back up. That's what you get for messing with the Dovahkiin. You have triumphed. You have 92 health. There are 2 paths before you, a wooden staircase and a sagging wooden archway. Which do you choose?
The sagging wooden archway.
You move deeper into the fort. The first thing you see is a table filled with ancient cheese wheels. They obviously didn't starve to death. You say a prayer to Talos before venturing forward. The sound of creaking bones alerts you to an armored skeleton warlord blocking your way. You can attack with weapon, cast spell, use shout, or flee. What would you like to do?
Use shout.
Foos row. Your mighty shout slams the skeleton warlord into the dirt. Your shout skill has increased to level 6. You now command unrelenting force. The skeleton warlord swings his ancient weapon. You take 7 damage. What would you like to do?
Ah, peasant. Use shout.
Foos row dock. Your unrelenting force throws the skeleton warlord back, staggering it. The skeleton warlord never gets back up. That's what you get for messing with the Dovahkiin. You survived the battle. Your health is at 85. You pick up the old shield, determined to return it to its rightful owner. You pull a lever and a path opens to the fort's entrance. How convenient. The Dark Elf Carpenter thanks you for retrieving his old shield. How could he live with it? As a reward, he gives you a pair of steel knee pads. These could really extend your adventuring career. You head out on the road. As you wander aimlessly, you start to wonder why so many people keep journals. It usually gets them into trouble. Eventually, you arrive at a crossroads. In one direction is a fishing camp, in the other is a Daedric shrine. Where would you like to go?
Alexa, stop.
Safe travels, adventurer.
Well, that was fun. Sort of. And hilarious. But we're gonna end that. Bye!